Yeah. So now I'm talking about control statement. One of the statement is called as a looping statement. In Python, looping statements also known as repetition statement or iteration statement. Iteration statement. So firstly, why we will be call it as a repetition statement or iteration statement? Let me define it. So either looping statement or repetition statement is used to execute body of the loop instructions as many number of times end user want. See, let's suppose first statement, let us take for loop. For loop is a one kind of a statement where it will be execute set of instructions appear within the body of the loop. Especially for loop is applicable when the upper boundary is known. Upper boundaries known. What does it mean? Let's suppose there are most of the programs are finite or infinite. What does it mean? Let's suppose if you go to ATM, if you want to withdraw 1,000 rupees, if you wanted to withdraw 1,000 rupees, if denominations are 500 notes, two times ATM dispenser machine would rotate. Correct? Whereas example 2, we have camera. Camera is going to be execute capturing the images 24/7. This is called infinite number of times program need to be executed. But whereas in the ATM case, finite number of times it is executed. So the only one difference between for loop and while loop is that while loop is applicable when you want to execute certain programs infinite number of times. Right? So this is the justification between. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask me, because you have to understand these two statements are very important to understand in real time. where is supposed to be applicable there. So where to apply for loop and where to apply while loop, it's very important to understand. So now I'll be writing a syntax. Syntax for the for loop in Python. For loop, iteration variable, in operator, object, colon, body of the for loop. Body of the for loop. This is a simple syntax for the for loop. Let's take one example, some examples, and let me execute about for loop. For loop demo. Firstly, let me take an example. Write a program to display welcome message 100 times. What I required, I need a program to display the welcome message 100 times. The method one is that, will you write like this? Will you write 100 times print statement? Let us execute. It will be print the output. So if you look at the output, as many number of time you want, that many number of time. So welcome message is printed. So if you want 1,000 times, you need to write a print statement 1,000 times. I think this is not a right approach. So I'll be change this entire the approach with a for loop. I'll be write a program to display welcome message 100 times using for loop. So how do you write? Just simply for loop. I said in syntax there is a variable is called as iteration variable, can be I or it can be j, it can be anything. In operator, if you want 100 times, you need to generate there is a built-in function called as range. So I need 20 times to be display welcome message. Print welcome, print welcome. Clear? So you see now, let's execute. So I need a 20 times. So 0th time welcome message, first message, second message, like that. If I keep rather than 20, if I keep 50, it will be print the welcome message 50 times. If you look at the range function will display from the 0 is the lower boundary, upper boundary 50 minus 1 up to 49 will be the last out. 0 to 49 is 50 only. So if you write the code using loop concept, I think redundant code is going to be avoided. Number of lines of the code will be reduced. I think looping statements are what exactly they does. Looping statement execute the body of the instruction. Body of the instruction means what? Body of the instruction means This is the body. Whatever the lines you are going to write here will be execute as many number of time you want. How many number of time you want? 50 times I want. So this instruction will be executed 50 times. If you want 100 times, it will be executed 100 times. You see, 0 to n minus 1. So it's a beautiful solution. I hope you understand how exactly for loop will be executed. Let's suppose you take this particular entire the program to visualize in Python tutor. There is a tool called Python tutor. Yesterday I have shown you. Because internally how the for loop is executing, it will be show you. You see now? Next. So now here I will be iteration variable. The range is going to generate the first 0th time into I. So therefore I is holding 0. Now 0th time the print statement will be executed. Once if I click next, you see there is a welcome message is printed here. Again the cursor went back first time, 0th time, first time. Again, next. Now, second time welcome message printed. Again went back. Again went back. Again went back. It will be keep on executed from the cycling. It is a repetition, iteration, or looping concept. Till what extent it will be executed? Till 9th time. 0 to 9 means what? 10 times it is printed. Now, when the I value become 10, when the I value will become 10, the range does not include 10th value because n minus 1 time. ఇక్కడ 10 minus 1 9 times 0 to 9 వరకు మాత్రమే రేంజ్ ఫంక్షన్ ఒక్కొక్క వాల్యూ ఐలో పెట్టి దాన్ని ప్రింట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది. When the I value become 10, range function will be failed because of in operator is underflow condition. Underflow condition అంటే ఏంటి? There is no value in the range. Now you see, ఇప్పుడు రెడ్ మార్క్ ఉంది కదా, ఇప్పుడు నేను నెక్స్ట్ కొట్టంగానే ఇది డిజేబుల్ అయిపోతుంది. ఎందుకు? I never become 10 because the range will not be included 10. You see now? Yes. There is no red mark because program is executed. Because the for loop will be execute finite number of times. Finite number of times ante enti? A program should be executed up to some extent. The same program can also be executed using while loop also. Let us take now. ఇక్కడ చూడండి. Same program. Copy. Using while loop. Using while loop. While loop. What is the syntax of while loop? Iteration variable is equal to 1. How many number of time you want to execute is equal to 10 times. And while I is less than or equals to n. n కంటే తక్కువ or equal ఉన్నంత వరకు till this condition is true, I am going to be execute print statement. Welcome, comma I, and I has to be incremented. I is equal to I plus 1. దీన్ని ఇలాగన్నా రాయొచ్చు, లేదు అంటే షార్ట్ అండ్ అసైన్మెంట్ ఆపరేటర్తో I ప్లస్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 అన్న రాయొచ్చు. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి. సో ఇక్కడ నేను ప్రింట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ రాసు. while loop output. ఇక్కడ చూడండి. So here 0 to 9 means 10 times using for loop. ఫర్ లూప్ ని యూజ్ చేసి మనం ప్రింట్ చేసాము వెల్కమ్ మెసేజ్ ని 10 టైమ్స్. సిమిలర్లీ యూజింగ్ వైల్ లూప్ ఆల్సో వీ కెన్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్. వైల్ లూప్ తో కూడా ప్రింట్ చేయొచ్చు, ఫర్ లూప్ తో కూడా ప్రింట్ చేయొచ్చు. కానీ ఇక్కడ నేను సింపుల్ గా ఇవన్నీ తీసేసి ఇన్ఫైనైట్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్స్ ఐ వాంట్ టు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్. ఇన్ఫైనైట్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ ఐ వాంటెడ్ టు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్. ట్రూ. ఇది తీసేస్తాను. ఇప్పుడు పైనది కూడా నేను అవుట్పుట్ క్లోజ్ చేసేస్తాను. ఈ ఫర్ లూప్ కూడా I'll be made as comment. I'm showing you while loop can generate the infinite number of times output, but for loop cannot. ఫర్ లూప్ అనేది ఫైనైట్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టైం ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయడం కోసం మాత్రమే మనం యూజ్ చేస్తాము. కానీ వైల్ లూప్ ని ఇన్ఫైనైట్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టైం ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయడానికి కూడా యూజ్ చేయొచ్చు. ఇక్కడ నేను ఈ అవుట్పుట్ చూడండి ఏమవుతుంది. సీ ద అవుట్పుట్ నౌ. ఇంకా ప్రింట్ అవుతూనే ఉంటుంది చూడండి ఒకసారి. You see? Are you seeing, guys? But for loop cannot execute it like that. So I hope you understand that everybody note when to apply for loop and when to apply while loop. Is everyone clear? Most of the people get a confusion that, when to apply for and when to apply while. Some people interchangeably they would be used. ఏది ఎప్పుడు ఇచ్చాలో సరైన క్లారిటీ ఉండదు. మీకు అర్థం అవ్వకపోతే నన్ను అడగండి. I'll take some more examples to you. Just, tell me if you have any questions, because while and for loop both are looping statements only. కానీ ఏది ఎప్పుడు యూజ్ చేయాలనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్. While loop will take more lines of code, but for loop will take only one line of a code. Memory will be saved because of for loop. Yes, Likit, Harish, Satvika, Niharika, Prasanna, Raghu, Shivakumar. Do you have any questions?
Sir, no, sir.
Please, I request everyone, don't hesitate to talk to me. మీరు అర్థం అవుతుందో లేదో నాకు తెలియట్లేదు. ఏదైనా డౌట్ అనిపిస్తే డైరెక్ట్ అడగండి. మళ్ళీ తర్వాత మాకు మళ్ళీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయండి సార్ అని చెప్తే అది ప్రాబబ్లీ మీ ప్రాబ్లమే అవుతుంది. మీరు కాన్సంట్రేషన్‌గా వినకపోతే that would be the drawback from your end. Okay. So let's go to little more about for loop. Yeah. There I will be taking another example now. I'll be taking another example now. Example 2. Write a Python program to display natural numbers from 1 to 50. What is my requirement? You need to write a program to display the natural numbers 1 to 50 using for loop and while loop. ఎలా రాస్తావు ప్రోగ్రామ్ నువ్వు? ఫర్ ఐ ఆర్ జే ఇన్ ఆపరేటర్ నాకు ఎన్ని వరకు కావాలి? 1 to 50 అంటే 1, 50. I must be start from the lower boundary called 1, upper boundary till 50. 50 means 51 we supposed to give. If you give 50 up to 49, it will be displayed. If you give 51, it will be displayed up to 50. Okay. Just simply write print j comma end is equal to this. See, if we write a print property called end, it will be display the output in a horizontal manner. Let's see the output now. So it will be start from 1 and it will be display the value up to 50. So I hope you understand the purpose of the range. Range will have a 3 parameters. First parameter indicates the lower boundary. Second parameter will be displays the upper boundary. Third parameter is also be there, which is by default 1. This 1 indicates skipping value. Now see the output. Same. If I give 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. For every 2 value, 1 value is going to be skipped. అంటే ఇప్పుడు నేను ఇలా ఇచ్చాననుకో, అవుట్పుట్ ఎలా వస్తుంది నాకు? 1 ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది, 2 ప్రింట్ అవ్వదు, 3 ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది, 4 ప్రింట్ అవ్వదు, 5 ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది, 6 ప్రింట్ అవ్వదు, 7 ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది, 8 ప్రింట్ అవ్వదు. అంటే ప్రతి 2 వాల్యూస్ మధ్యలో ఒక వాల్యూ స్కిప్ అవుతుంది. చూడండి అవుట్పుట్ ఎలా వస్తుందో. 2 indicates skipping value. If you give 2, 2 minus 1 అంటే 1 ప్రతి 2 వాల్యూస్ మధ్యలో ఒక వాల్యూ స్కిప్ అవుతుంది. If you keep 3 here, 3 minus 1 is 2. ప్రతి 2 వాల్యూస్ మధ్యలో 2 వాల్యూస్ స్కిప్ అయిపోతాయి. 1 will display, 2, 3 will not display, 4 will be displayed, 5, 6 will not display, 7 will be displayed likewise. So the range will have a 3 parameters going to be supplied based on the requirement. If you want a pattern like this, you are going to use like. Similarly, ఇప్పుడు మనకేంటి, ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఫర్ లూప్ గురించి తెలుసుకున్నారు, న్యాచురల్ నంబర్స్ ఎలా డిస్ప్లే యూజింగ్ వైల్ లూప్. వైల్ లూప్తో ఎలా చేయాలి? ప్రింట్